think literacy is important because, like, without it, you won't get a good job or, like, you won't pass your GCSEs or anything like that.
I think reading and writing are, like, two of the main things that you really need in life because they'll help you go far.
In life, English is everything, and without it, you won't be able to get anywhere.
The message that literacy is the foundation of all learning is clearly getting through at Little Ilford School, a large comprehensive in a deprived and culturally diverse area of East London.
Morning, boys. Good morning,
Head teacher Yvonne Powell has made improving literacy skills the #1 priority at the school.
Yeah, everything all right?
Literacy is a critical skill. It's not just about the written word, it is about the child being able to express their ideas, their thoughts and their opinions.
My name's Kevin and my hobby is playing football, and in school my favourite subject is literacy.
Kevin is among the third of pupils who joined the school with a level 3 or below in English, but he's now doing well.
Go on.
Kevin's a good example of a pupil who's benefiting from a whole school approach to the teaching of literacy, backed up by individual literacy support.
Excellent, Kevin, you spotted it. Did you spot that, Wakas? Yeah?
That's imperative.
Brilliant. Excellent, boys, well done.
Dear Diary, no one can understand how I have been feeling and what I have been through. I have been so scared.
Little Ilford's in the top 10% of schools nationwide for converting from level 3 to level 5 at Key Stage 3.
How can I do this to people?
On Wednesday, we were reading Romeo and Juliet, yeah? Why do you think the friar is shocked? Yes, Kevin?
Romeo and Juliet are too young to get married.
They're too young to get married, so notice how you're giving me all these different reasons.
A strong English department leads the development of literacy across the curriculum. And amongst the staff in all departments, there's growing support for the emphasis on literacy.
Nathan, Abdullah.
OK, so what is the first thing that we might be doing, Kevin, in this lesson? What's that special word?
To examine.
We're going to examine. And then what are we going to try and do?
Classify.
We're going to try and classify.
A bird.
Pupils have picked up on the idea that, oh, you're teaching literacy and English, but we've said to them it's part of science, and without literacy, we won't be able to teach you. It's making links and trying to embed the understanding in pupils that without literacy skills, you won't be able to understand the science.
No. Oh, so I have to step on here. Step back and back. OK, off you go, boys.
Curran has correct stance, but he could do better.
Literacy has also found its way into PE.
This group is a very able, practical group, but they need a lot of work on the actual communicating and the key words and looking at specific terminology in relation to sport. When they're in GCSE, written is a key part of their subject, so they will get into the habit of analysing, giving feedback, describing and commenting, both verbally and written, and obviously complement all the work that's going on across the whole school in writing, in literacy.
Are you stretching these muscles?
No!
You're not stretching those muscles?
No!
Sure?
Yes!
Why should Romeo and Juliet get married? Yeah.
Reading, writing, talking and listening are all valued here, but the school's current focus is on writing. The head of English is leading the drive to get staff in all departments to use writing skeletons, a system already used in primary schools.
It's about kind of demystifying what writing is and thinking about why we write, the purpose of writing. I think for lots of people the idea of writing is quite scary. It's beginning to be embedded, but it's a long process. I think a lot of it is about developing the confidence of teachers.
Taste was very tasty and tangy, warm.
You have to really think about what you're going to write down, and so when you keep looking back to your plan, it helps you a lot.
When Kevin started at the school, he disliked writing.
He is the kind of student, certainly when I first had him, if I'd asked him to write, he would, he'd look for distractive behaviours, he would avoid writing. It was much easier for Kevin to get up and wander around the room or to do something else rather than sit there and do something that he considered to be quite a challenging activity.
Central to the whole school literacy policy is a series of targeted interventions.
You're going to do your own piece of persuasive writing. You've got all the techniques up on the board, yeah? And what I want you to do is to do the planning.
Since attending a literacy progress unit class twice a week, Kevin's work has improved significantly, and he's been getting familiar with using a writing skeleton to plan his work.
What are the stars for in particular?
Like the stars represent each topic.
The stars represent the topic for each
paragraph.
Fantastic. And then the lines are what?
That marks what's going to be in the paragraphs.
Brilliant. Okay. What topics could we have? The first thing that we did was the unit called Writing Organisation. And I was a little bit sceptical, especially looking at the unit, because, to be perfectly honest, in my opinion, the way the unit is presented, the way it's produced, is very, very dry. But what I've found from that is that the skills that it develops are very relevant to the needs of children. And I've noticed that, especially for getting the students to focus on planning their writing, has had a huge impact.
The pupils enjoy the extra attention a small class allows.
It's good-natured, it's calm, it's relaxed. And I think because the children have got to know each other, that has really helped them with their confidence, and they're much more willing to come up and to contribute. They're actually very relaxed with each other.
The good things about going to LPU is that it feels more better than being in a big room, yeah.
Like if it's a small group, you'll have like not that much noise, so you won't get in trouble and stuff. But if it's only a couple of people, it'll be all right, so you can focus properly.
You know, you can say more because like, there's only a few of us.
If you look on the board, we've got what is known as a writing skeleton.
It's easy for Kevin to see the connection between his work with the Literacy Progress Unit and the rest of the curriculum.
Whenever I'm writing something really long, I use that. Why do you think I would use a writing skeleton?
And Kevin clearly enjoys transferring his skills into his English lesson.
Thank you. Good. Yes, Kevin?
Can I explain what it is?
All right, explain what it is.
See the star?
Yes.
It stands for a topic, innit? And the lines coming from the stars stand for what's going to be in that paragraph.
All right. How do you know that?
Mr. Taylor taught us in LPU.
Mr. Taylor told you in?
LPU.
The LPU. Okay, very good. So you've transferred what you've learned to this lesson. Very good. Kevin is fantastic at speaking and listening, and he has improved tremendously since the start of the school year. His writing is more structured, spelling is improving, paragraphs being used.
Other subjects also reap the benefits of the intervention programme.
Since Kevin started in September, I've seen a great improvement in overall in his literacy progress. I feel that he is able to express himself more clearly now. He is able to use more scientific ideas and write in a very coherent and structured way. So the LPU units, literacy progress units, have definitely helped him to sort of manage what he's thinking and to be able to put it down in writing.
A mysterious creature has escaped from the science lab. The glass jar broke and the creature made a quick run. As it ran, it evolved and got bigger.
Fantastic. That piece of writing is very, very interesting.
She played in a jazz group. Mom, can we turn on the news for 1 second? Asked Monin.
The school also runs another literacy intervention programme, the Reading and Writing Challenge. The programme was launched last year, and it's the responsibility of a team of teaching assistants.
How do you start the paragraph again? That's the impression.
I've been chosen for this because I need extra help with all the English stuff I do, and because I've got quite a low level, so it's to improve my English.
DRENL, gone L.
It has helped me to write more paragraphs, helped me to extend writing, even in English only, in other subjects.
A third targeted intervention is a gifted and talented programme provided for high achievers. This group is helping a publisher assess the merits of a yet-to-be-published novel for teenagers.
It has a picture of a dragon and it's an adventure book.
Yeah,
fantasy
definitely.
Yeah, fantasy adventure.
Definitely fantasy. Jack, what do you think was the main strengths of the book?
Main strength of the book was it had a very strong opening sequence that really gave you. I think I'm going to read on this. This is quite good. Also, the ending as well was quite dramatic.
I felt quite happy to basically judge the book, because if we don't tell the author about his mistakes, then how is the book going to be improved and better for other people to read? So I was alright with it.
So say that again. So the point being that he's a hero. Your evidence would be
that he had hero equality, and that.
Head teacher Yvonne Powell is clear the way forward lies in promoting more literacy work in every subject. But this will only come if the teaching is stimulating.
Refused to come and kept his word.
Kept his word. Literacy doesn't just come about by focusing on writing. So our main emphasis has been on teaching and learning, making sure the learning is active and engaging. If they're engaged in their learning, if they're enjoying it and see the relevance of it, then of course their confidence to be able to then express something in writing is far higher.
My title for my magazine is going to be Teens' Dreams, because 7 children out of 15 children chose it. I agree with this choice because I think it's attractive, catchy and real. Dreams is one thing that every teen wants.
The teaching and learning of literacy at Little Ilford is all about looking at individual pupils' particular needs and making sure they're met. A far cry from education 30 years ago.
I started teaching in 1974, and a head of department says to me, write good lesson plans in your first year and you'll be able to use them throughout your teaching career. That was very much the philosophy of 30 years ago. Now you have to adapt your planning to the cohorts that's in front of you. So you have to look at the baseline data. And I mean, if I have 8 students that are SEN with low reading ages, then I have to adapt my planning accordingly.
And one thing's clear at Little Ilford: targeted intervention in literacy is boosting pupils' confidence.
Julia and I should get married. It will stop all the feud. Do you think so? I do. It will start off a new generation and help all of us. Please, Fire, would you help us stop the food fire? Please, we need it to stop.
That was very good. All right, well done, well done.
From my point of view, I think that I have improved my level, because before I was just writing like dull sentences. I wasn't really putting in connectives, buts and ands, but now I'm using more connectives, indenting in my paragraph, using more wow words, and I really think, I've gone up a level, if not even a level, even one level and a sub-level, because I think I've really gone far.